Toxicator has finally been announced as the new ride coming to Alton Towers this year, opening spring 2025, meaning we only have a few months until we can experience this brand new attraction. Now, if you don't already know, this new ride, it's going to be a top spin and it's going to be located in the Forbidden Valley area of the park. And this isn't the first time that Forbidden Valley have had a ride of this kind. From 1997 to 2015, another top spin ride called Ripsaw sat in the exact same spot as Toxicator. This was a fantastic ride which many guests, including myself, were very sad to see go, so it's great to know that a brand new top spin is going to be coming to Forbidden Valley this year. But the question is, will this new investment be worth it, not just in the short term, but in the long term too? Today I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this new ride for 2025. But first, if you do enjoy watching, then please hit that like button to let me know, and if you are new around here, then please consider hitting that subscribe button, ringing that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing, because we make plenty of theme park and adventure videos here, which you don't want to miss. So, Toxicator is coming to Alton Towers this spring, and overall, I'm very excited for this attraction. It looks very interesting and it looks very unique. In fact, in true Alton Towers fashion, this is also going to be a world's first attraction. This is going to be the only top spin ride in the world which is going to be elevated, which means that spectators, they're going to be able to view this whole experience from underneath the attraction. Toxicator is going to be a record-breaking 78 feet high, thanks to it sitting on a 16-foot platform. So just from these initial details, it's already sounding like a fantastic attraction, and a very thrilling one too. I don't know what it is about top spins, but just from looking at them, they look terrifying, so just knowing that this one's going to be 78 feet high, it's going to be something else. Now we know that Alton Towers, they love their backstories. They had a great one for Nemesis Reborn, Nemesis Subterra, and all their other attractions, and Toxicator, it's going to be no different. The backstory for this new ride is that it's the latest technology from the Phalanx, and is used by them to extract and separate toxic saliva from the Nemesis creature. It applies an intense spinning centrifugal force to the saliva, which turns it into a chemical solution so powerful it will melt anything that it touches. What I love about Alton Towers is that they put so much effort into their attractions. They've gone and taken this regular flat ride, which can be found throughout the world, and they've put their extra spin on it, and given it this great backstory. Although Ripsaw was a classic, it didn't have a backstory, and there wasn't anything too special about it. But with Toxicator, even though it is a short one, it does have a backstory, and it makes it link in with the other rides in the Forbidden Valley area. Alton Towers, they could have gotten away with introducing a regular top spin, and I'm sure most guests would still be happy with this. But what I love about Alton Towers is that they've exceeded the expectations and they've gone, you know what, let's elevate this and let's make it unlike any other. So Toxicator is going to accommodate around 500 riders per hour, which is pretty good for a flat ride. I mean, Nemesis Reborn, that's also in Forbidden Valley, that accommodates around 1,400 riders per hour, but they are both very different attractions, one of course being a roller coaster and the other one being a flat ride. I can imagine the queues are going to be very long over those first few weeks, and especially the first few days after the attraction opens, because pretty much every guest is going to be heading on over to Toxicator to experience this brand new attraction. But I can imagine as the weeks go on, the queue will get a little bit shorter. This is exactly what happened with Nemesis Subterra when that reopened a couple years ago. That queue was super long, especially in those opening few days, and the technical issues, they didn't help either. But as the weeks went on, as the months went on, we saw that queue time drop. I mean, Nemesis Subterra, it can still have queues of over an hour, but compared to those opening few weeks and those opening few days, the queues are definitely smaller, and it's definitely seen a decrease in the popularity. And that leads me on to what I think of the future and the long term of Toxicator is. Just like with Subterra, are we going to see a super popular attraction over the first few months after the ride opens, just for it to fizzle out? And are Alton Towers focusing too much on nostalgia and bringing back old attractions rather than investing in brand new attractions? Toxicator, it could have been any flat ride, but Alton Towers have decided to introduce a top spin because that's what was there before, and that's what people loved. Ripsaw was removed as part of the park's long-term development plan. So if that's the case, then why are they bringing back another top spin ride and not introducing a new type of flat ride? Of course, I can only assume that it's down to nostalgia, and personally, I'm not against that. In fact, I'm very excited that a top spin is coming back to Alton Towers. I loved Ripsaw, so it's great to see that a top spin is returning. And it definitely beats Funk and Fly, that's for sure. And it's great to see that Alton Towers are introducing permanent flat rides in their park. And talking of flat rides, the Blade has to be mentioned. This pirate ship has now been removed from the park, which I find very sad because although it's just a pirate ship, it was one of my favourites, and it was the oldest operating ride at Alton Towers, operating for 44 years before it closed at the end of last season. And what I find the most sad about the Blade is that the last ride I had on it, I didn't even realise it was my last ride because Alton Towers never announced it was closing until the season ended. It is very sad because although I'm excited that Alton Towers are introducing new and exciting flat rides in the park, it is a shame that they're removing some of the old classic flat rides. However, I do get it. The Blade, it doesn't fit in with Forbidden Valley at all. I've always thought it, so I can see why they are removing it. But it would be good if they removed it and put it somewhere else in the park, somewhere more fitting, just like Mutiny Bay. So, is Toxicator going to be a good long-term investment for the park? I think it's going to go down the same route that Subterra did. It's going to be super popular for the first few days, weeks, and even months. I mean, that's the same for any new attraction at any theme park. But I think once the hype has died down and the dust has settled, although it won't be as popular as when it first originally opens, I still think it's going to be a popular attraction with it being such a unique ride. Now, if this was a regular top spin, I would have a completely different opinion. But it's not. It's a one of a kind, it is very unique. From what I can tell, it has some great theming, it has a great backstory, and it fits very nicely in Forbidden Valley too. So I'm very hopeful for Toxicator, and I am very excited to ride it when it opens this spring. Of course, these are just my opinions, and I would love to know yours. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on Toxicator? And what are your thoughts on Alton Towers bringing back another top spin to the park? Let me know in the comments. It's looking to be another big year for Alton Towers, and if you're looking for tips for your visit to the park in 2025, then click this video right here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.